With me now, Republican Congressman Adam Kinzinger from Illinois, also serves on the House Foreign Affairs Committee. And, sir, thank you for your time. You've got 28,000 American troops in South Korea. If you're President Trump and you fly halfway around the world to Hanoi, what makes this trip a success in his mind?
That's a good question. I think success is progress. So I don't know exactly what that progress will be. There's a number of steps between just simply not, shooting nuclear missiles over Japan to get to where we need to be, which is verifiable, complete destruction of North Korea's nuclear program. And so, as we remember with the Iran nuclear deal, it wasn't played out in public, but it was over a period of a couple years that they came to an agreement, a flawed agreement, by the way, and a bad deal, but it took that long. This is something that's being played out on the national stage. So there's going to be a lot of people that want immediate response. I don't think we're going to get there to an immediate final solution to this whole thing. But I think when it's all said and done, if he can walk out and say, here's some new steps I've gotten, here's promises from North Korea, then I think we're going to be in a better place.
I'm hearing that there's going to be a resolution in the House side on behalf of your Democratic colleagues to try and introduce a resolution that would bring about a peace deal. The armistice has been in place for 60 years. That would reunite to a degree the peninsula. Is that something you would go for at this point?
I think at this point, Congress shouldn't be the one introducing a peace deal. I think that needs to be handled by the administration as part of their progress to get to complete, verifiable destruction of North Korea's nuclear program. And at the point that that is possible, because of the different steps that have been achieved, the carrots and the sticks, then I'd be supportive of it. But for Congress to just unilaterally do that, I think would be a mistake, because we're not in all these meetings with Kim Jong-un and with Donald Trump.
Okay, I'm just watching this develop, and we'll see where it goes there. Meanwhile, you were just at the border, had a bit of a deployment yourself. What do you think you learned down there that you want people to understand?
Well, I think it's very important to understand a national emergency isn't about the immigration issue. It's about the drugs, and it's about the human trafficking. I saw both of those regularly every flight. You'd see situations where groups would be brought over by coyotes, the people that work for the drug cartels, that pay the drug cartels to have these people bring them over. The first sign of trouble, these coyotes abandon the group that doesn't know their way around this big, terrible, rugged terrain. There are drugs there. In many cases, they drop their bundles and run away from Border Patrol. Or when we capture drugs, it would be things like 70 pounds of meth. This is a real problem. And for the Democrats to pull even National Guard assets, which, by the way, this is my fourth deployment, 3 of them were under President Obama, for them to pull National Guard doesn't say that they support technology, because the National Guard is that technology. It shows that they want open borders, and I hope they reconsider a lot of that.
The national emergency was called. Did you support that move? Is that the right call at the moment?
I think it is. I went down there neutral on the question. I wanted to get a firsthand look, and I came back very convinced it's the right thing to do. This is a national emergency. This is threatening the American people, and it's not just the desperate immigrants. It's the issue of drugs and human trafficking. Do we want to tackle drugs and human trafficking? I think so. This is the right way to do it. A lot comes over the unregulated border.
In about 23 hours, sir, in a House office building there on Capitol Hill, Michael Cohen's going to tell America something. What do you think we're going to learn tomorrow?
Well, I don't know. We know that Michael Cohen has lied to Congress before. So the question is, will he lie to Congress again? I've seen reports of what they think he's going to say. I'll be interested to watch, but understanding through the filter of Michael Cohen has a history of lying to Congress. Democrats are dead set on moving towards impeachment, no matter what the facts are. I think this is the beginning of their process. What happens when you lose control of the House? Ultimately, the Democrats are going to have to answer to the American people in 2 years for whatever they decide to proceed with.
Cohen's hearing publicly, well, privately it goes on today, but publicly it's 22 hours away. What an interesting split screen it will be tomorrow. Sir, thank you for your time today. Adam Kinzinger, the Republican from Illinois. You bet.